custom Benelli that I've been doing for years. Now I'm kind of just doing it for myself. Got all the features that I think everybody wants for 3-gun. We got textured forearm, textured stock. We got the light and bolt carrier. The bottom's been sealed up so you can get the ghost load back like Benelli used to have back in the good old days. We got a cutout in the bottom of the bolt that'll get you out of jam. So sometimes in a melee of nonsense shooting stage, the bolt can pop out of battery a little bit. So if you go to load that, the round will stick. Having that cutout will let the round go in, and the bolt usually pops in the battery. It prevents a really brutal jam. Trigger job, magazine tube from Nordic, different options and sights. The barrel's been bent and corrected to hit point of aim. A lighter buffer. Our oversized new safety. The safety just came out. This is the first one ever ion bonded, so you have it.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's nice and smooth. You can pick the gun up, get it off. It's not too light, not too heavy. It took a lot of time just to get it perfect. And just knock it off, and when you go to turn it off, it's just easy to press. You know it's off. You don't kind of push it.
Yeah, and then look at your gun and panic.
Yeah, and go back and melee. Also, the bolt release is pretty new. I didn't want it to be ginormous. I didn't want it to be too small, where it's so small you hit it here, and you now just knock the bolt out of battery like I talked about earlier. So it's big enough for that, but it's not some monstrosity. Tactically, it won't get caught on the chain link fence, pull the gun in your hand, and land like an idiot. So that's pretty much the shotgun.
Now the M2 is based on an inertial operated firing system, which means the bolt actually compresses forward and loads a spring up, and then flings backwards to go back and forth. Now what Taran was referencing on ghost load, normally on most shotguns you can only fill up the tube and throw one in the chamber. The ghost load allows you to leave a second round on the carrier, so you got one in the chamber, one in the carrier, and the tube full, so you get an extra round again that way.
Yeah. Benelli used to offer that, but they took it away back in the 90s, so we're just bringing that back.
Yeah, no, the guns feel great. The texturing you're doing on the guns is just, I mean, that's such an amazing aesthetic, but it's also so functional and it doesn't tear your hands up.
Well, the girl we got, you know, this year is a freak. I mean, she's unbelievable with the texturing on Glocks and M&Ps and Benellis and everything. It's like a work of art. It's unbelievable.
Well, you know, what really impressed me when I first got it was how ungodly smooth that bolt is. When you're working that bolt,
yeah.
I mean, it feels like the guns from my company.
Yeah.
Which, there's not a lot of guns out there that feel like that. But I mean, you can work that bolt and it's like, wow, it doesn't make any noise, it's just...
Well, we polish the bottom of it before we iron bond it, just makes it real smooth. And the one new thing we have now, or lift gate or lifter or whatever you want to call it, all the ones in the past have been welded up.
That's been such a pain.
Yeah.
You weld them,
there's no money in it for the gunsmith because the time involved in welding it is brutal. So I just said enough with this. We make one from scratch now, all stainless steel. The changes I got to make on it, since I get to make it my way, is obviously to make it longer so your thumbs don't get caught in the factory hole. We added the rails on the side all the way to the end on both sides. So it helps guide the round all the way into the load.
Controls the feeding all the way through the process.
Also, one of the things that can happen with certain jams is the rail on the side of the lift gate is not super big. And sometimes a round can kind of, you're going crazy fast, and come out a little bit, just enough to hook on a sharp edge in the barrel there, which we take away if it's factory stock. It'll keep it now that I've raised the rail, well, like more of a railing like for flying off the side of a road, you know?
Right.
We'll keep the round going straight into the chamber. And those little features, plus just having a lot of them for sale, anybody could pop them in a Benelli and not spend $60 to weld it up, plus the parts $30. You're nearly $100.
Well, and, you know, every time you weld them up doesn't mean it's going to go right either.
Yeah, welding up is, you know, some guys weld it up with non-stainless steel. So it looks great at first, all of a sudden you got this weird blackened rusted tip kind of fiasco going on.
Yeah, no, that's really nice. When are those going to be available?
Monday.
Monday. There, you heard it first right here. That's going to be awesome. So you'll be shipping those pretty darn soon.
Yeah, I want to get them out there to everybody. It isn't just only the 3-gun world. Anybody that just shoots skeet, shoots anything with a Benelli, doesn't want to get their thumb torn up, can pop that in.
Any department that has the more combative version of a Benelli, that'd be a great addition too to help the officers out. And I notice you run a pistol grip stock. I run a standard type stock. And you do that to support the gun better while you're loading?
When I first got into 3-gun way back in the 1800s or whatever, I just liked the pistol grip because it was able to lock the gun in for loading easier. I was not breaking my wrist as much. And I wanted the pistol, rifle, shotgun all to be a pistol grip configuration. Plus I like Terminator, so get down to the police station and all that. so I can hold the gun that way.
You
Which
know, you had
helps.
to do Arnold, right?
Oh, it's just stupid. Oh, just a little this time. I'll do that with the rifles. Anyway, so I like the pistol grip a lot. One cool thing we're doing though, I figured out, is the M2 pistol grip stocks come with a really hard butt pad. Brutal.
It's
you know?
tough.
It's made out of like steel. It
Yeah.
hurts your arm. So messing around as usual with stuff, trying to see what I can figure out. Other than we cut an angle off here on all of them, just because you know you can catch your shirt dropping it down. Now it just slides off, so you don't want to have that happen. I just said, you know, let's just see if a Comfort Tech butt pad can go into an M2 stock. It goes in tough, but once it's in, it's in there. No chance of it flopping off.
Nice.
So I'm going to ask Vanilli if I can kind of swap those out for people because it's a lot softer, you know. And this is our tactical model. This is more for like, you know, a guy that wants the real world operator type of gun. It doesn't have the stippling going up quite as high. This one here is a little more competition. You get a little more above leverage to keep the gun down. This one here feels great, but it just stays in the contours of the factory lines. The pistol grip stock, obviously, a little more tactical, you know, more like a rifle.
She does one beautiful job on that. I wish you guys could actually see the detail work on it. She's an artiste.
Gee, she is amazing. And it's an 18-inch model, 7-round mag tube, so 7 plus 1 plus 1. So you got 9 rounds to start with this gun.
A very compact gun. Nice.
Yeah, so it's less expensive than the other models, but this is a little tactical model. Yours is kind of the Extreme 3 gun. This is kind of, we're going to offer one that doesn't have all the super cutouts and craziness for guys that want to save some money. Because we're getting some guys going, God, your gun's, you know, a little high, whatever. Well, we're doing so much. Maybe if you don't want all of it, then we'll bring your price back down to everybody else's. So,
Right.
by doing the same thing.
Now, the shotguns are awesome. You can check them out at TaranTacticalInnovations.com. You'll also be able to very soon and shortly order them through PredatorTactical.com.